is something that we touch on when we deal with CSP in particular, and also with indirect EAs. There's already cases where CSP is cost efficient over an enterprise agreement, and especially in the level A, level B type region for enterprise agreement customers, then you might always want to consider CSP because it might be cheaper for you. Now, obviously, you have to think about, do I want the support from my partner? Do I want to remove this direct link with Microsoft that I have through my EA? You will obviously still have your account team, but support is handled differently if you choose CSP. So are you ready for that? Do you want that? But if the answer is yes, then you might be better off by going to CSP in certain cases. Within the EA, you are limiting yourself with invoicing possibilities, and in CSP, it's possible to contract and get invoiced locally. That might be interesting to multinationals that must deal with withholding tax, for instance, and want to purchase rather locally than on a centralized scale. So an example was in the past where you could buy in Norwegian krona instead of euros, because the Norwegian krona price list for Microsoft was way more advantageous than the euro price list because of the favorable exchange rate. And you could hedge that against the euro and be off much cheaper than you are by purchasing the licenses just in euros. And then you would need a partner that is present both in Norwegian, the Norwegian region, and in the Euro region, so to say. So the thing we have here is that you should benchmark your CSP pricing. Partners are asking crazy margins. They even might be able to purchase it themselves in Norwegian krona and charge you in euros. So they check which price list is favorable to them and purchase it in the price list where they can buy it the cheapest, but charge you against a more expensive price list. So always do your homework. Ask for multiple quotes, even ask for multiple quotes in different regions. And then, take your pick on where you want to do this best. If you don't want to, disturb your relationship with your partner, then you should always check if they are already doing this, and if so, if you can benefit from this as well.
And Floris, what's the reason and latest and greatest on that? Have we seen that any exchange rates are now in favor of?
So that's the next slide. So I did a little calculation on some of the products. So if you look on the right, we have some examples of prices in European currencies, where I've taken M365 E3 as an annual as an example, Business Central Essentials, because we are dealing with some Business Central cases right now, and another service like Power BI Pro on a monthly basis to see where you could actually purchase this the cheapest. And I've used the exchange rate that is present online through a credible source. I forgot the name. I'm sorry, put it on the slide for next time. But if you look at those exchange rates and you calculate it back to euros, you will see that the euro price list is currently pretty attractive. But you want to make sure you are doing this due diligence when you are purchasing CSP. Because if you are in Norway or in Sweden or in Switzerland or in Denmark, and you have a partner that also has a presence in a Euro country, then you might request to them to not pay and buy in Norwegian krona, but you might ask them if they can charge you in euros and have a lower price.
I think, and especially now with having the yearly commits, you have a one-time transaction and you are prepaying for the whole year. So you are just having the exchange rate, so you don't have any risk that if the exchange rate will change, that you are will be affected by
Exactly.
that. So I think that's
Exactly.
very good tendency.
Yeah, and Microsoft still releases these price lists on a monthly basis, so you can do this check month over month to see if there's changes to this. We do this on a monthly basis. We check it for our customers to see if there's any differences that we might need to be aware of or take account of. Yeah, so Microsoft still makes these price lists based on their local currencies. So it's not like they take the dollar price and they use an FX rate against it to calculate it in a different currency. They actually make different price lists. So they have the euro price list, US dollar, the British pound, and they have all these different price lists that they release on a monthly basis. With Azure, they've changed this now. So if you buy Azure through the MCA, it's all based on the US dollar pricing, and they take the I think it's the Reuters FX exchange, currency exchange, and they calculate it at the end of the month for the previous period, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I'm saying that correctly. Where they look at, okay, so this is what you spend in US dollars over the past month. We look back what the exchange rate was, and then we charge you in your local currency against that currency exchange. So they started doing this for Azure. I'm pretty sure they're going to do this for all other products and services as well. But right now they're still releasing this month over month. So take benefit of it. It might be that there's going to be a difference between these, and you can see it's quite shocking in some aspects, like the people of Switzerland. I feel for them because they pay a 10%, 15% premium on the price.